Gentlemen, funding for state government, I don't have to tell you, is always a challenge. It's a challenge at every level of government. One solution that has come up recently is the result of a U.S. Supreme Court decision which recently decided to let states legalize betting on professional and college sports. If either of you end up in the governor's office next year, you most likely will have to take a position on this issue. Some of our neighboring states, such as Mississippi, Kentucky, and Missouri, have already put the wheels into motion. In fact, Mississippi thinks it might be ready to go next weekend. In Tennessee, lawmakers are expected to introduce legislation in the next session. Fans will be able to bet on their Vols or their Titans or their Grizzlies. Do you support sports betting in Tennessee? Mr. Dean, we'll start with you on that one.
Well, I think there's a couple issues that have to be resolved first. First is whether there is a constitutional issue about whether we need a referendum or not. You know, you can argue that one both ways, but that issue needs to be resolved. I think that we need to at least realize that this is not going to be a quick fix for the state of Tennessee. This is a state that has not embraced gambling, certainly not embraced casinos. We only recently allowed wine being sold on Sundays. And I think we have got to go through a process where we respect the beliefs of the people of the state, figure out what people want, and understand what the law is. But it also reminds me of the lottery in that this is going to happen all around us. And there will be people taking advantage of going to other states and spending their money there. So I think this is going to be an issue that's going to be sort of front and center in the next year or so, and we'll see where it goes.
Mr. Fitzhugh, what do you think? Sports betting or not?
Well, I think we have to look into it. We are so limited in the ability to raise revenue in this state. Every one of the candidates in this race say, what are you going to do about teacher salary? We're going to raise them. Well, you can say that, but if we have a recession, which this governor hasn't had in the last 8 years, the first one in about 100 years that hadn't had it, we're going to have a downturn. We're going to have to figure out how to do this. And this is one option we need to look at. We might even be able to direct it to teacher salaries, to give them that trust fund that we can use that money to keep their salaries going up. So yes, I think it's something because look, it's happening in Tennessee now. We are just not getting any revenue from it, and I don't think you're going to keep it from happening. So you might as well try to help the citizens of Tennessee by the revenue that we can claim from that particular activity.
So let me follow up on this a little bit more with you, Mr. Dean. You alluded to it. There are really two approaches we can take on this issue. We can decide that we have to change the Constitution or amend the Constitution like we did with the lottery, right, or we can do this little fast-track thing, which has worked in the past too, where, for example, it wasn't long ago, we decided to fast-track a measure that would allow sports betting online. So let me push you on that. You want to hear what the people have to say. What do you have to say?
Well, I mean, I certainly agree that, as I said, this is going to happen in every state around us, and we're going to have needs for revenue. But the issue about whether it requires a referendum, whether it requires a constitutional amendment, is one that will be decided by the courts ultimately. I mean, if somebody tries to do a fast track, there will be a legal issue raised, and it will be resolved in the courts. And so I don't think it's going to happen overnight in Tennessee, and I do think it's worthwhile studying, and it's something that we may need to do, and particularly like the lottery, when everybody else around us is doing it, we're going to need to do it too.
All right, let me see if I can get a more direct answer from you, Mr. Fitzhugh. Do we need to amend the Constitution, or do you support that, or do we need a fast-track approach?
Well, if there's a possibility of a legitimate fast track under the law because of the court ruling, and you know, if it somehow could something like, well, Tennessee is not authorizing gambling, we're just gaining the revenues from the gambling that's authorized on the interstate situation, maybe something like that would work. So, but yes, we're probably going to have to do something quickly if it's a constitutional amendment or some type of fast track to make sure that we don't fall farther behind in this particular issue.
All right, thank you, Mr. Fitzhugh.